So, today we will discuss 10 early signs of diabetes that are worth paying attention to. Diabetes is often called a silent killer due to the fact that its initial signs are easy to miss. Please watch this video to the end and share it with your friends so that everyone is aware of the main symptoms. Remember that timely diagnosis can significantly improve the quality of life and prolong it. Friends, before we start, we recommend subscribing to our channel where you will find even more useful videos about health, youth, and longevity, and also turn on the bell so as not to miss new useful releases. So, let's go. The first sign is increased thirst and frequent urination, which are often the first symptoms of diabetes. In this disease, the kidneys cannot fully process excess sugar, and it is excreted in the urine, dragging fluid from the body tissues with it. This leads to frequent toilet visits and a feeling of dehydration. To reduce the feeling of thirst, a person begins to drink more fluids, which only increases the frequency of urination. It becomes a vicious circle. Of course, each person is different in their rate of toilet visits, depending on activity and fluid intake. A healthy person urinates on average 3 to 6 times a day. In rare cases, up to 8 times. However, if you notice that trips to the toilet have become more frequent than usual and begin to interfere with daily life, this may be a signal to visit a doctor. The second sign is an increased appetite. In addition to increased thirst and frequent urination, constant hunger is another common sign of diabetes. If your body does not produce enough insulin or cannot effectively use it to convert food into glucose, which serves as an energy source for cells, this leads to a constant feeling of hunger that does not disappear even after eating. As a result, eating only increases blood sugar levels, making the situation worse. If you constantly feel hungry, no matter how much you eat, it is recommended to consult a doctor for advice, even if there are no other symptoms of diabetes. The third sign is chronic fatigue. With diabetes, a person often feels constant weakness and fatigue. This is due to an insufficient supply of glucose to the cells, which is necessary for energy production. Constant dehydration due to frequent urination also contributes to fatigue. Waking up at night to go to the toilet interferes with healthy sleep, which further worsens energy levels. Chronic fatigue can also be caused by other factors, such as a high-carb diet, excess caffeine, or aging. However, if fatigue is combined with other symptoms from the list described above, it may be a sign of diabetes. The fourth sign is itchy skin. Excess sugar in the body is excreted with urine, taking with it fluid from various tissues, including the skin, the largest organ in the body. Therefore, skin deprived of fluid dries out and becomes itchy. This leads to dehydration of the skin, which can cause itching. Constant scratching of dry skin can lead to injury and infections. Diabetes requires special care to keep the skin moisturized and healthy. The fifth sign is unexplained weight loss. Of course, with diabetes, weight loss is not due to dieting and exercise. In just a couple of months, diabetes can cause weight loss of 5 to 10 kilograms, as the body cannot properly use glucose as an energy source. Instead, he starts using up fat reserves and muscles, destroying them. The kidneys also suffer as they have to work hard to remove excess sugar from the body. Dehydration also contributes to weight loss, as the body loses fluid in an attempt to get rid of excess sugar through urine. Unexpected weight loss is often an early sign of type 1 diabetes, but it can also occur with type 2 diabetes. Friends, before we continue, we ask you to click on the like button and write any comment under the video. This will help promote this video and benefit even more people. Thank you for your support. The sixth sign is blurred vision. Blurred vision, unrelated to serious eye problems, may be an early sign of diabetes. This is due to changes in the distribution of fluids in the eyes, which leads to swelling and a change in the shape of the lens. This affects the eye's ability to focus, making the image blurry and indistinct. Usually these changes are reversible and vision returns to normal after blood sugar levels stabilize. However, without treatment, diabetes can progress, which can lead to further vision problems up to blindness. Remember that ignoring such a symptom can have a high price, including the loss of the ability to restore vision in the future. Symptom number 7 is numbness and tingling in the arms or legs. This is one of the common signs of diabetes. As you already know, high blood sugar levels impair blood circulation, which in turn can damage nerves. The limbs are the first to suffer as they are further away from the heart. Maintaining control over blood sugar levels can significantly improve your condition and restore blood circulation as treatment progresses. Sign number 8 is the slow healing of wounds. Elevated blood sugar levels increase inflammation in cuts and wounds, as well as impair blood circulation, which makes it difficult for blood to reach damaged areas of the skin to repair them. Therefore, if you notice that wounds heal more slowly than usual, it is important to inform your doctor about this. So, the 10th sign is yeast infections. Diabetes can weaken the immune system, making the body more susceptible to various infections. Yeast and other fungi feed on glucose, so they actively develop in an environment with a high sugar content. This explains why fungal and yeast infections are common in people with diabetes. Women should be especially attentive to vaginal yeast infections. Although they may occur for other reasons, it is still recommended to consult a doctor to rule out the possibility of diabetes. Remember that diabetes is a chronic disease that, without treatment, can lead to serious complications. The sooner it is discovered, the easier it will be to deal with it and keep your health longer. If you notice one or more of these symptoms, do not delay your visit to the doctor. There are many tests to diagnose diabetes, so one is not enough to accurately determine. It is important not to ignore your health and not postpone a visit to the doctor. By the way, friends, 2 videos have appeared on your screen about what kind of food you need to eat to bring your sugar levels back to normal. We recommend that you definitely watch them. If this video was useful to you, then click the like button and share the link with your friends and family so that they also know this incredibly important information.